What does it take to lead when every day sits at the intersection of people, pressure, and responsibility? Shantay Mbu is the CEO of Real Property Management Oceanfront in Pensacola. But her story goes far beyond property management. It's really about showing up for people when expectations are high and emotions run even higher. In the middle of constant moving parts, she's had to learn how to stay steady when nothing around her is. The shift comes in how she leads, creating clarity and calm in the middle of chaos and building trust through every decision she makes. At its core, it's about people, how they're supported, how they're heard, and how leadership shows up in real time. Stay with us for this conversation. You're going to feel what that kind of leadership really looks like. Welcome back to Run of Show. I'm Tanya, your host. Let's jump in. Okay, so first of all, I always start with, where are you from? I say, but we're going to get to that. I want to know where you're at right now. So tell me about your business first.
Okay, so currently we're in a scaling portion of business. So, maybe I opened doors February of this year, and we were at 0 doors. Now, my company is a franchise, so technically we manage over 20,000 doors across North America. We have over 200 offices, but my independent office is actually new. And right now we're managing 9 doors. So we're doing great, actually.
Yeah?
Yes, we're doing great.
So tell me, what got you into what you do? Were you always into realty?
Well, yes, I was always in the real estate world. So it's funny because my husband was active duty and we purchased our first sight unseen investment property while we were stationed in California.
Really?
Yes. And I just started managing it from there. And then when he retired, we moved back home, which is Pensacola, Florida. I'm from Pensacola. And then I was boots on the ground managing. So it's kind of how I got my experience about property management. And I've been doing that for now 6 years. But during that time, I worked for a credit union and I was a mortgage loan officer. So I learned,
you knew a little bit about it.
I learned the ins and out of how to purchase a home, the difference from a VA loan, the difference from an investment loan, the difference from a conventional loan.
Right.
So I know how to buy a home with my eyes closed. I know what your credit needs to look like, all of the above. I know what it looks like.
I need you to help me
to have a good return on your investment. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell me, what is it you specifically do? What is your business role?
So my business role for the property management company is the property manager. Okay. So I'm a licensed real estate agent because you're supposed to be licensed, because when you're a property manager, even though you're receiving a management fee to manage the home, it's still considered commission.
Okay.
So that's why you have to be licensed.
Oh.
And as a property manager, you're basically filling the home with a good candidate to rent the home. You're going to do the day-to-day maintenance management on the home, which means you're overseeing it. You're going to collect the rent. You're going to make sure that you're removing any and all risk for the owner, because there are a lot of fair housing laws. There are service animal laws, all of the above, you name it.
Yeah. I always said if I had property, I would have someone to manage it, because that's like a big thing right now is people flipping houses. Do you see a lot of that?
It's a lot of people flipping houses. And what sucks is they come to us after they placed a resident in there and the resident tore it up already. And then we have to undo all what happened and then get a new renter in. And actually right now I have one, they signed on with me. The resident's still in there and we're working on getting them out because we even do evictions. Yeah. So I have an attorney on retainer who does the evictions for me, but still we help our owners by getting anyone in the home evicted for them.
Right. Yeah. So you do all that. That's like I said, because there's only so much you can know. But unless you have a passion for it and you've done all the things, you could really get in trouble.
You can get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine. But and they say a house is. There's some debate between whether you should buy a house or rent a house, because when you're renting a house, if the water heater breaks or the roof gets a leak, it's the landlord's responsibility. But then if it's your house,
It's yours.
it's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, that's what insurance is for. I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, but then it becomes a headache. Instead of making a phone call, you got to make lots of phone calls.
But see, the difference from being a homeowner and not renting your house out as a homeowner is that you can't write any of that stuff off. Whereas if you're renting your home out, because now it's technically miscellaneous income, and I'm not a CPA, but you can write off everything except for your mortgage payment.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk further off camera. Okay, so how did you get into real estate? You say you're from here.
Yes, I'm born and raised here in Pensacola.
Did you grow up saying I want to do real estate, or
No, actually, I was one of those kids that wanted to be everything. My mom would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'd be like, a ballerina, a firefighter, a police, a dancer. I wanted to be everything.
Right.
And my mom's like, girl, you're so silly. Pick one. And I'm like, I can't pick, Mom. I'm like,
Right.
So honestly, it's funny. I got challenged by a boss at the credit union. So I've worked in many positions at the credit union. I started in collections, collecting on past due accounts, moved into the branch, started being a teller, moved into the office, started doing credit card loans, IRAs, you name it. Trust accounts, all of the above. And when COVID hit in 2019, everyone started quitting. And the credit union reached out to everybody in the branch and said, is anyone interested in being a mortgage processor? And I told my boss, I was like, I'm really interested in being a mortgage loan officer. And I think if I take this role of being a mortgage processor, which is an assistant basically, then it'll get me my foot in the door to become a mortgage loan officer, because that's where the money is.
right? Okay.
And she's like, no, you don't need to do it. She's like, if you do it, you're gonna hate it. It's a stressful job. And she didn't even know, like, her saying that made me want to do it even
you
more.
really challenged. Yeah, like, yeah,
I
I'm
love
up
a
for it.
challenge. Yeah. So I got hired as the processor assistant, and I started doing that for like 2 years from home. And I just held still because I knew I had to, get my experience first before I could get into the door.
Right.
Even then, it still was a challenge. I applied like 4 times for 4 different mortgage
Really?
loan positions. And finally, I got hired on. So I started, and then I scaled my way up to being like the top mortgage loan officer in the Pensacola area.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
But what happened is,
What had happened was, I love it. Tell
I
me.
did that for like 5 or 6 years, and I started getting burnout.
Oh.
And I started feeling undervalued because the job that I guess I signed for said that the job role could change at any time, which means they started adding more responsibilities, but they weren't increasing my pay. And I started feeling like I was being used. And my husband watched me deplete.
Right.
So we had a tough conversation. We're like, we got to find another outlet. There's something better that you can do. You're smart. You have a lot of experience. There's something better. And this kind of just fell into our lap. I can tell you that story also if you want to know.
Yeah. Tell me that story.
So my husband's, he's a veteran. He did about 12 years in the Navy, and he ended up being medically retired. And they're always getting all this information about veteran programs. And he stumbled across one called Vetpreneur.
Okay.
Vetpreneur helps veterans get themselves set up to be a franchise owner.
Okay.
And we went through the program the first time. I'll be honest, our credit wasn't where it needed to be. We didn't have enough money saved, all kinds of other things. So we said, you know what? We're going to pause on the program, and we're going to come back when we're ready. And we paid off all our debt. We increased our credit score. We saved a lot of money because you have to purchase the license in order to have a franchise.
Right.
Then we went back through the program, and then we had 5 offers.
Yeah.
And yeah, 2 of them were property management companies.
Okay.
One was a cleaning service. One was a home inspector service. And one was like one of those predatory lending type things where it's like we buy ugly houses or something like that.
Right.
I didn't like any of those 3. And when I saw it, I was like, ding, like I'm literally already managing our properties.
Right.
I can do this for other people. I've been doing this.
Right.
And never thought once of doing it.
Well, yeah. And isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. It's like God aligned me to be in this position because you have to collect rent. I collected on past due credit cards, past due loans for the bank.
Right.
You have to do everything basically that I did in all of my different roles. It's really funny.
Now, how is it with the franchise experience? Because I've talked to some other people who weren't so happy with their franchise experience.
Okay, so this is what I'll say. I'm going to be really vulnerable right now. If I could do it all over again, I don't think I would have purchased the franchise. But I don't think if I would not have purchased the franchise that I would know about all of the resources that there are.
Right. Okay.
So it's a give and a take, right? Now, I'll tell you this, my fees aren't crazy at the franchise. I pay like a royalty fee for all of the management fees that I collect. And then I also have to pay some maintenance fees to coordinate maintenance in our property management system. And then besides that, they do my accounting for me and they do my website for me.
That's good. Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's some good perks to it. Yeah.
But I know like if I would have done this by myself, I would have made a lot of mistakes because I'm telling you, I didn't know all this stuff existed. I didn't know I could have all these operations and systems that would make the process so seamless and easy. So it's stress-free when it comes to managing the properties because of everything that they provided to me.
Right, yeah. Okay, so that's good. I mean, there were some wins there.
It's some wins.
And maybe later you might look at doing something different, but you're doing well now.
I'm doing good.
Okay, so now tell me, you say you're from Pensacola?
Yes, I am born and raised in Pensacola. Yes. My mom's from Pensacola and my dad's from Memphis, Tennessee. And they met here. And it's crazy. We ended up coming back because, you know, I was telling you earlier, my dad ended up having NAS Pensacola as his last duty station.
Right, yeah. Oh,
so it just worked out. Yeah. And then I left for 10 years and came back because my husband was active duty and I followed him around.
Right, yeah. Now that's a love story there. Obviously you're telling about that the other day. Tell me how you met him and how he won you over.
Yes.
Real quick, if you're doing anything with video, podcasts, interviews, social content, you already know how much time editing can take. One of the tools that I use to make things easier is Opus Clip. It takes long form content and turns it into short form clips that are ready to post with captions, formatting, everything done for you. It's been a game changer for staying consistent without getting stuck in editing. I've dropped a link for Opus Clip in the description as well if you want to check it out. Now let's get back to our conversation with Shantay.
I tell you, so it's so crazy. I wasn't interested in my husband at all. But the truth is that I was going through a divorce. So I got married at a very young age. Actually, I got married in high school.
Oh gosh, yeah. So,
like 12th grade.
And just like any other high school girl, like, it's gonna last forever.
Yeah. But honestly, I wouldn't be the woman I am today if I had not got married and went through everything that I went through with that person. It made me grow up like this because I even left state with that person. You know how that goes. But I worked on base in NAS Pensacola in the food court. The food court is very different now than it was back then. You know, they had a bar in there and they had a movie theater in there and they had Taco Bell, MWR, you name it. Pizza Hut, yes. And those sailors who were there for training, a lot of them couldn't leave base. So they could only go to the food court for an outlet. So I worked at the Pizza Hut. Taco Bell was combined into one. I love working there. You meet so many cool people. And Michael, his name is Michael, he was with a friend and the friend asked me for my number. I was on the cash register and I just looked at him and I'm like, I don't give out my number at work.
We're not allowed to do that.
And then he just kept coming back like weeks after he'd be like, can I have your number? Eventually I'm like, my phone's broke. I don't have a phone. And one day he caught me sitting on my lunch break and he sat by me on a bench. Sometimes we go back to that bench. And we started talking from there and I was just his friend. That's it. I advised him. I'm like, hey, I'm not looking for anything. I don't mind you sitting with me, talking with me, chatting with me. That's cool. But that's it. That's it. And then one day, you know, we're talking like normal. And he's like, you know, I need to tell you something, but I think you're going to think I'm crazy. And I'm like, I got scared and I moved to the other side of the bench. Like I slid all the way down.
Tell me you're a serial killer, an axe murderer.
Something crazy. And all of a sudden he's like, I want you to be my wife. I think you're supposed to be the mother of my kids. I think we're going to be together forever.
That's a little forward.
I mean, he was just laying it out, okay? Just laying it out. And I looked at him and I was like, I told you I'm not looking for anything with anyone. And now your invitation to sit with me is gone. Like, stop coming to talk to me.
So harsh.
Just leave me alone. Like, I can be like that.
I think all of us women can.
Yes. Well, there was a janitor there who was playing Cupid.
Oh.
The janitor would sometimes, he'd come over and he'd be like, hey, I think that's your husband.
Oh my gosh.
And I'd be like, can you mind your business? Like, he'd go to Michael. I didn't know he was going to Michael until after we started dating.
Yeah. He's playing matchmaker.
Yeah, Michael's like, hey, that's a nice young lady. I think she's the one for you. And it's so crazy now because we laugh about it.
Yeah.
But one of these days I went into the bar because the bar would give us free drinks, not alcoholic beverages, but sodas. And I saw him buying a drink for another girl.
Ooh, well, you told him no.
I did tell him no, and I got jealous. And that's when I knew I liked him. But I still didn't tell him, I just turned around and I left, and I guess someone saw me get jealous. They told him, he ran after me immediately.
Yeah.
But I left already. He didn't catch me in time. So the next day he found me at work and he was like, hey, that girl didn't mean anything. She was nothing. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was trying to play it cool, like I didn't care. But I did care. And it did make me feel better that she didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
And then eventually we just, started dating.
Right, yeah.
After that.
Yeah, after that you're like, no, I'm done playing. You're mine.
Yeah, it was dangerous though because I was still going through my divorce.
Right, yeah.
But eventually I got that divorce, and then after I got divorced, we got married. It's crazy. I've never been single, really.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, but it sounds like it was made to be, and that janitor was like a little, like, angel in disguise,
So
right?
crazy.
Angels in our midst, as they would say, and brought you together. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And so now y'all live here, right? And you have kids?
We have kids. We have 3 kids.
3?
Yes. So
you didn't learn your lesson with the first one?
well, honestly, I struggled having children.
Oh, did you?
A long time.
And
time.
you always wanted a family?
Yeah, and you know how like you can feel like less of a woman when it's hard and I had several losses basically.
Oh, right.
I think I've been pregnant like 13 times.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
You kept going.
Kept going, and I thought like my husband would leave me because I couldn't have kids.
Yeah.
And he's just always like, it's just not the right time. Don't worry, it's not the right time. In my head, you know how we can be hard on ourselves.
Yeah, so
I'm like,
hard.
he's just telling me that he's gonna leave me for somebody else, but it worked out.
Yeah.
It worked out.
And now you have 3.
And now I have 3. I have 2 sons and I have a daughter. I have William, he's 7.
Okay.
Clinton is 4. And they're named after grandfathers and fathers. And then I have Caitlin, who's 2.
Caitlin is
She's
they're all
small.
little babies.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
It took us a
7
long
is your
time.
oldest one?
7 is
I'll
my
tell you
oldest.
what. Oh gosh, yeah, no. I had 4 girls. My youngest, she just turned 18, so I'm like, woo woo.
That's a lot of attitude for
Oh yeah.
girls.
Oh yeah. Well, I always wanted a boy, so we kept trying for that girl, and then after the 4th girl,
You're like, that's it.
Yeah, and then we had a granddaughter, so now I'm glad we stopped at 4 because there's no telling what would happen. But his brother had 3 boys. So I'm like, how? I mean, I guess they just split us apart. Yeah, we had the girls, he had the boys. All right, so tell me, okay, so now you're into the realty, you live here, and you've got some events coming up that you were talking about. What are those going to be?
Okay, so tomorrow I'm doing a brunch day event. I cannot remember the name of the network who's hosting it. I'm sorry, but we're gonna have a vendor table set up there. I might be able to give that to you after this.
Sure, yeah, we can always put it in show notes later.
Okay, and then I'm also going to be doing a business tea event with Pensacola. They asked me to be a speaker for them.
Yeah?
Yes, so they're doing a panel and it's basically about entrepreneurship. I'm really excited. So lately, I guess I figured out that I want more speaking opportunities.
Yeah?
I don't know. It feels good to get up on a stage and tell people wisdom and good advice that you learned while learning,
right. So are you naturally like someone who would get up in front and speak to people, a natural speaker?
I am not. I am not, but I am naturally helpful.
Right, okay.
So if I feel like I'm helping someone, then it's easy.
Right, yeah. And that's what they say too, because I have a terrible time public speaking, even though it's something I want to do. And they were saying it's not about you. it's about the information that you bring. And as long as you know what you're talking about, at least, they chose you to speak for a reason, so as long as you just know what you're talking about and just tell them what you know. Instead of being like, oh, my shirt is stained.
I'm not perfect. It's not perfect. I'm just going to tell you what I think could help. So,
yeah.
And then I'm also doing an AI summit in November. So I haven't had the opportunity to talk about my AI employees that I have.
Yeah.
Everyone loves my AI employees, so I've decided to finally start talking about them.
Okay, tell me, what do you mean by AI employee? I don't have any.
So I have 6 AI employees. I have an executive assistant named Ava, and she handles my email, my calendar. She meets with the other 5 employees weekly to get them up to speed and tell them everything that needs to be done for the week. I have a social media manager named Sunny, and he ramps up all of the Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook posts that need to be posted. Of course, I have to approve them first, but he automatically syndicates that stuff for me.
Well, okay, so just call me silly. When you say AI, I think these are not people, but you sound like they're people. These are people?
No.
These are AI.
They're AI agents.
I need you to hook me up with that. I need that.
I'll show you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I also have Penny. Penny is a blog writer. So she's connected to my WordPress and my website, and she posts weekly blogs for me.
Right.
I have Rachel, who's my receptionist. She answers the phone for me, schedules appointments for me if I can't catch the phone.
Right.
But I'm pretty good at catching the phone.
Now, did you name them?
No, I didn't name them.
They come with the names?
They come with the names.
Okay, you got to hook me up because I need some help.
It's so good. It's so good. And then who else? I have a legal assistant too.
Yeah.
She assists me with creating addendums. So like if I have an owner who is leaving behind a mirror and they say don't touch the mirror, she'll help me create an addendum for everybody to sign,
Right.
Leave mirror in place, do not remove, stuff like that.
Right. How neat is
It's
that?
really cool. I'll show it to you.
That's a whole conversation in itself right there.
Yeah,
Who got you connected with the AI?
The truth is that when I first started getting set up for my business, I was like, I need help. Like, I don't want the AI agents helping my clients.
Right.
I want them helping me.
Right.
Just me.
Right.
Besides, of course, Rachel answering the phone, but she's just going to say, would you like to get on the schedule with Shantay?
Okay.
That's it.
Have you heard her voice?
Oh, man, she's so good.
Does she sound real?
She's so good. I'm going to have to let you call her one of these days. She'll even challenge you. Some people, they get scared. Why don't you want to schedule an appointment with Shantay? She'll be able to give you the information you called for.
Oh, my gosh.
It's so good.
I'm going to try that out. I'm definitely. I'm so excited. I know a lot about AI just from, it's part of our life now, but I haven't really taken advantage of how to utilize it. So that's
The thing is that I don't want to build something.
right.
I just want something to be ready for me to use right away. Now, that being said, it still took me 2 months to implement rules for each of them.
Right. You have to.
But I didn't have to build it,
Right. You just had to. Well, it's like training a new employee.
It's the same.
I always say when you start a new job, like if you had a job in this bank, and then you go to have a job in this bank, banking, you just have to know the way that you just have to know the way that they do it differently.
Yes.
So I guess the same thing with that AI. You you want to train the AI under your bank, whatever.
Yeah, and then outside of my 6 AI employees, I do have an assistant that I work with.
Perfect. Yeah. Does your assistant help you with the AI?
So she doesn't help me with the AI now. She helps me with my follow-ups.
Oh.
So once I've sent out a management agreement, or if someone's called and we just haven't gotten a hold of them, she'll keep following up until we can get them on the phone, try to get them scheduled an appointment, stuff like that.
Very exciting. You're going to have to teach me all about that. Now let's get back to these events. So you said a couple events coming up. Are you an event person? Have you planned and done events before?
No, but I'm interested in planning an event and doing an event.
Yeah?
I want to do a real estate expo. And I want to basically do it where it's like vendor style set up with some food trucks maybe outside.
Now see, that's what I can help you with.
That kind of thing.
No AI needed.
Yeah, I'm interested in doing maybe one of those at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Not soon.
Now, one of the things I've learned as starting to do more events of my own is how to make it different. Like you were saying, the networking event that I did, not another networking event.
That was good.
Because we had a duck hunt, and we had the interactive selfie wall, and we had the bands and
that band.
Right. And because someone asked me the question, they said, why would I want to come to your event? just challenging me, not mean, but challenge me. Why would I want to come to your event? And I'm like, because you get to network and have fun on the beach. I'm like, I don't know. So it really made me start to question, what is the point? So that's the point, the question I put to you. Like, you want to do this event, you want to have some vendors. What would set your event apart from other people? Why would they come to your event as opposed to someone else's event? What would set yours apart?
That's a good question. I need to do some research and figure that out.
Right. That's what I say. When he asked me, I was like, I don't know.
Well, I just want everyone to have good connections. Yeah. I want somebody to leave with some business.
Right.
Honestly. Or leave with a new relationship that will bring them some business.
Right.
Because that's the point. Yeah. You go there, you meet people. You might even meet a friend,
You might even meet a friend. Yes. Yeah. Well, that's what I love about being part of the chamber and all these networks is because, and as I was talking to my daughter, she just graduated, right? And I'm like, well, how's life after graduation? She's like, I'm bored. She's kind of looking for a job now, but no pressure because she's going to school next fall. So we're like, get a job, don't get a job. But she's like, I'm bored. And I'm like, yeah. And I was listening to something like the John Chesh radio show. And he was saying when we're kids, we have school, and our parents put play dates together and it's easy to connect and make friends. But then when you're an adult, you don't have that. And so it's harder to make friends. And so I love the networking because now I know you and I know all these people. And I think
you're pretty awesome.
You're not networking. You really are building relationships.
Yep. It's true. Honestly, I was really scared when I first started my business and I started networking. I didn't know what to expect. And I've been having a good time. Yeah. I'm enjoying meeting all these people. I'm loving it. There are some amazing people out here.
There really are. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy to know a lot of them. I was at the chamber after hours last night and I'm looking around the room and I'm like, these are my people. And then I'm like, I swear at least a dozen of them have been on the podcast too. And I'm like, I'm going to get the rest of the room. So I'm so happy that you came to visit with me. Now tell me, what is the best way for people to get a hold of you if they wanted to work with you?
You can reach me on our business cell. It's 448-228-7719. That's 448-228-7719. I will pick up the phone, not Rachel. I'm not giving you Rachel's number. And basically, I can assist you if you have a rental property that you're tired of managing yourself. That's what I do. So that looks like me helping you get your home rented out. That looks like me collecting your rent. That looks like me making sure that we're maintaining the home because there's a lot of risk with a rental property. So, and a lot of laws too. So,
well, let me ask you, what are your words of wisdom that you would like to leave our listeners with?
Don't wait to start. Don't wait to start. Carpe diem, seize the day, because there's never going to be a perfect situation. And if you keep waiting, you'll never start.
I love that. That is so right. That is so perfect. Awesome. Is there anything else that we didn't cover that you would like to share?
No, this was fun.
Yay.
This was fun.
Well, I thank you for taking the time to sit down and talk with me.
Yeah, of course.